Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The Honorable Mr. Dr. Tata Soeharto, Sarjana Agama, Magister Pendidikan, as Dean of Faculty Cultures and Language Raden State Islamic University of Surakarta, in the honored audience as well. First of all, let's pray and thanks into our God who has been giving us mercies and blessings so we can attend in this event in a good condition. Secondly, our prayers are presented to our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, the greatest leader who has guided us from the darkness to the light. Ladies and gentlemen, on this occasion, I'm going to talk about Yasinan Tradition, acculturation between Islam and local culture. Ladies and gentlemen, Yasinan is an Islamic culture that developed among Japanese people. The term Yasinan itself is just an abbreviation of a word that is common in Japanese society. Yasinan means the activity of reading Surah Yasin, accompanied by Tahlil readings, either done alone or in the congregation. The tradition of Yasinan and Tahlil recitation, which some Muslims still practice on Friday night, is a modification of the tradition of praying for the spirits of ancestors. The mantra recitation that was previously a requirement was replaced by the recitation of the holy verses of the Al-Quran, and Surah Yasin was chosen. In the beginning, Yasinan was intended to pray for ancestors who had passed away. Praying for the ancestor is an acculturation tradition of the Islamic community with the tradition of the previous community before Islam entered the archipelago. They believe that spirits that have been removed from their bodies will hang around the house for 7 days. Then the spirit will leave the place. The spirit will return on the 40th day, the 100th day, until the 1000th day. So on this day, the family for the deceased will give offerings to the spirit. The family will invite the surrounding community to make offering to the spirit together. This is an effort toward a better life which believed by the community to avoid the disturbance of neighbors. Therefore, they will recite mantras according to their belief. Ladies and gentlemen, after the teaching of Islam spread, the tradition of praying for the spirit of ancestors changed. The recitation of mantra was replaced by the recitation of Surah Yasin, accompanied by tahlil. During Yasinan, the spirits of the ancestor are prayed for, in this case in the form of reciting Surah Al-Fatihah. This means that the essence of maintaining a relationship with the ancestor is still practiced. This also leads to the Islamic teaching of that one of the rewards that continue to flow even after a person has died is the prayer of a precious child. This acculturation shows that Japanese society is open to new traditions. This openness occurs through and process promotes solidarity constructors and repeated. Without realizing it, it has become a new identity in the Japanese community order. Thus, in the future, this identity is maintained as a local wisdom that characterizes it as a religious nation. Yasinan undoubtedly is a cultural sign for the Japanese Islamic community, especially in rural areas. The community has proven to have tried to maintain its identity by continuing to carry out the Yasinan tradition as a legacy of previous people. Yasinan is still a familiar activity in the lives of rural community, not only as a commemoration of the dead and praying for the spirits of ancestors. Yasinan has also evolved along with saints in society. In various regions, Yasinan is present as a manifestation of gratitude for God's blessings. Yasinan has long been a routine for the Japanese Islamic community. This routine agenda also represents religious teaching, including the privilege of dry Yasin when read during difficult conditions, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will facilitate the affairs of those who read it. In addition, their congregation faced the Qibla during the session of reading Yasin and Tahlil. This is in line with the prior serves which makes the Kaaba the director of prayer. Yasinan has become a culture in social life because Yasinan is of socializing as well as carrying out normative religious recommendations. Thus, they are moved to participate as a form of adaptation to be accepted in their environment. It is a common view that those who do not take part in Yasinan will be considered socially defective. As a symbol of religion's observance, Yasinan is a manifestation of the teaching of charity in Islam. This refers to the readings of the house in the serving guests, in this case the Yasin congregation. The banquet is provided by the host usually in the form of a giant meal after Yasinan. Sometimes the host also provides gifts on market snacks to the Yasin congregation. This show a form of mualamah in the form respect for caste. This factor is what makes Yasinan last among the community as a form of identity unification. Other than that, Yasinan is also believed to be a symbol of social harmony, as well as a forum for community unification. Through the meeting, people from different backgrounds can meet and familiarize themselves with the fellow worshipper, so that differences in economic status, profession, social status, and degree of religious knowledge do not become elements of differentiation in society. Thus, Yasinan as a practice of social planning is very important to always exist. Examined from a functional structure angle, Yasinan is not a complicated thing to community behavior. Community solidarity is always manifested in Yasinan. Harmonious embracement appear in its various appearances, such as uniformity in a dress, also during the preparation of the banquet. Usually, next part will be asked for help by the host to help cook. The Japanese people call it term rewang. Of course, this reflects the moral value of community wisdom, namely gotong royong. As the influence of the times grow, Yasinan also impart experience cultural assimilation. Clear evidence of this the addition of profane activities such as the artisan system. Artisan function is a building or environment for the community to be active in Yasinan. Aiming to have as to the cause of organizing Yasinan for the host. This type of activity is necessary to complement Yasinan because recently many people have become reluctant to attend Yasinan due to several factors, such as busy work schedule or even considering it no longer interesting. This horizon system is usually applied according by the order in which people live. It is carried out by moving from one house to another every week on a predetermined day. It is not only artisan that is used as a tool to perpetuate Yasinan, but also the involvement of children as an effort to introduce local wisdom to maintain tradition. The community jointly for Yasinan as region tradition. This reality illustration that consequently or unconsciously the Islamic community has started to process or integrating understanding themselves and the next generation. Ladies and gentlemen, the realization of real artisan belongs to the community needs to be cared for. This is because this tradition of is lost, the social relation between communities will also be hampered. Ladies and gentlemen, so this is the end of my speech today. I hope some other point that I have conveyed today make us more appreciative of our culture in Indonesia and are able to maintain and preserve it. Preserve it. Thank you for your attention. I apologize if there are any words, if there are words that are not pleasing to the audience. Please be up and you, stay healthy, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.